Hey, what's up, guys? Zod here, coming back at you with more questions up for discussion. And this time, we're going to be talking more about the Scorpio versus the PS4 Pro. Now, in the background, you're going to be watching some of my Black Ops 3 gameplay, so I hope you enjoy that while we talk about these questions here. Now, a lot of these questions, I'm sure a lot of you have been asking yourselves ever since the two systems in question have been announced. The biggest one is, should you buy a PS4 Pro? Now, if you already have a PS4 and don't plan on playing any VR, then I would say no. Why spend the money on a system with a possible 2-year lifespan? Now, I say a 2-year lifespan because it's very possible that the PS5 will release basically like about a year after the Scorpio. I really don't think that Sony is going to let the Scorpio go unanswered, and definitely the PS4 Pro is not their answer to the Scorpio. Now, if you do plan on playing VR on the PS4, then you may want to consider the PS4 Pro, as it's pretty much more powerful than the PS4. Now, also, if you don't already own a PS4 and you're in the market for one of them anyways, then definitely buy a PS4 Pro. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Why would you buy a weaker system? Now, keep in mind that if you are going to be using your PS4 for VR, it's definitely not going to be as good as PC VR. I mean, it's still underpowered compared to PC VR. And also the PS4 Pro can't do native 4K, but it can get pretty damn close to it. Now, also, I've read that there won't be that many PS4 Pro games at launch, and it will be up to developers to release patches for current games to even be upscaled to Pro mode. So who knows how many games within the first few months of the PS4 Pro's release will actually support the Pro mode. So you're looking at quite some time before you get to play some of your more favorite games in that actual Pro mode. Now, the next question would be, is Sony making a mistake releasing the PS4 Pro? I don't think it's a mistake at all. They need something to help them keep their market share before and during the Scorpio release. Honestly, the PS4 Pro is what we should have gotten from the very start. The PS4 and the Xbox One were pretty severely underpowered at release. And even now, I mean, yeah, we got some pretty decent looking games out of the PS4, but they could have been much better. Yeah, the PS4 Pro or the PS4 itself can do 1080p, but the frame rates suffer, and basically all the graphical bells and whistles aren't really turned up high as they should be. But had this Pro version been the first release of the PS4, that's what it should have been. I mean, yeah, the current releases of the PS4 and the Xbox One would have been fine if they were released about 2 to 3 years prior to their actual release. So they're definitely dated. Now, another question would be, when will Sony actually release the PS5? Because you know it's coming. Now, there is an analyst that predicted the Xbox S, the PS4 Pro, and also he's predicting that the PS5 should release within a year of the actual Scorpio. Like I said before, Sony isn't going to let the Scorpio go unanswered, and I seriously doubt that the PS4 Pro is their answer to the Scorpio. It's very possible that the PS5 will be even more powerful than the actual Scorpio. So if you buy a PS4 Pro now, don't expect not to feel cheated when the PS5 release about maybe 2 years later from now. Now, both Sony and Microsoft are looking like they want to actually copy the cell phone market, the way they release variants each year. But of course, with consoles, expect refreshes like maybe once every 2 to 3 years now. Now, another big question is, should you wait for the Scorpio? Well, if you're currently vested in Xbox already with prior 360 and Xbox One games, then the obvious answer is yes. The Scorpio will do native 4K, but keep in mind that it's not going to be top tier 4K, not like a gaming PC with like a 1080 or something in it. The Scorpio will have VR support as well, but the exact details, yeah, they're still a mystery. So Microsoft has also recently stated that they will not require developers to actually target 4K only. The devs are expected, or not expected, but encouraged to do what's best for their game. We could see quite a few games that target 2K or 1080p, but with 60 frames per second and higher graphical settings, kind of like a PC with max settings. The Scorpio will also, of course, have backwards compatibility, so it's going to allow for more versatility. And at launch, the Scorpio will be the most powerful console on the market, well, until the PS5 is released, that is. So keep that in mind if you're asking yourself, should you wait for that Scorpio? Now, the next biggest question that a lot of people are definitely asking is what's gonna be the cost of the Scorpio? Now, speculation says that it can cost somewhere between $500 to $700. Microsoft keeps saying that it's a premium product, basically. But also in a recent interview with a Microsoft rep, he did kind of comment on how inexpensive the PS4 Pro is, and then he said something kind of sketchy that kind of will lead to hints about the Scorpio price point. May actually be cheaper than what we actually think. It's very possible that Microsoft will operate at a loss just to get more of the market back from Sony. Now, in the past, Microsoft has done this, and they can easily make their money back from Xbox Live and their game store sales that they usually have. Kind of like Steam sales generate quite a bit of revenue for Valve. Now, if Microsoft releases the Xbox Scorpio in about the $400 to $500 range, oh yeah, they can definitely take back the market until, of course, the PS5 is released, that is. Now, currently, one of the big questions that I have for myself is, what am I going to do? Currently, I do play on Xbox One, as most of my friends are actually on it. So I pretty much stuck to it, and I did have a 360 in the past with a bunch of games. I also had a PS3 and a regular PlayStation back in the day as well, so I am definitely no stranger to PlayStation. Now the PS4 Pro, it does look good, but I do have a pretty large Xbox games library already. So for me, I'm probably just going to wait for the Scorpio. Most of my friends are going to be waiting for the Scorpio as well, so, I definitely want to play on the same platform, especially with multiplayer games. So it's definitely something to keep in mind, what system are all your friends going to be playing on, because that's the one that you want to get, because you're looking to have fun, and you definitely want to keep playing with your friends. Now, it is going to be an interesting next 2 years. We'll see what's going to happen with the Scorpio, and we're going to see what's going to happen with the PS5, because that thing will be stronger than the Scorpio. There's no way that Sony is going to let the Scorpio go unanswered the way it has been with the PS4 Pro. Like I said, I seriously doubt that is Sony's answer to the Scorpio. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting next couple of years. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you guys are planning on doing. Are you going to play or wait for the Scorpio, or are you just going to end up buying the PS4 Pro? Let me know down in the comments, guys. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the gameplay. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Exactly as brief. Good work.
You can't match my skills.